there is a quiet burden that many people carry every day. It follows them into the morning, sits beside them at lunch, and whispers to them long after the world has gone to sleep. It is worry. Worry about tomorrow. Worry about what might happen. Worry about what was said, what was not said, what was lost, and what may never arrive. We become so busy carrying the weight of possibilities that we forget to hold the gift of the moment we are living in. But consider this. The sun does not ask permission to rise. The trees do not tremble because winter may come. The rivers do not stop their journey because rocks stand in their way. Life moves with a quiet confidence, and somewhere deep within us, that same confidence is waiting to be remembered. Too often we spend our days standing at the edge of imagined storms. We rehearse disasters that never come. We surrender today's peace to tomorrow's uncertainty. Yet the truth remains unchanged. This moment is where life is happening. Not yesterday, not next year. Right here, in the breath you are taking now, in the heartbeat that continues without your command, in the simple miracle of being alive. Happiness is not a destination hidden behind achievement, wealth, or perfect circumstances. It is a choice that begins when we stop giving fear more authority than hope. It appears in ordinary moments, a warm conversation, a laugh shared with a friend, the beauty of a quiet evening, the courage to begin again after disappointment. These moments are often small, but they are never insignificant. Today, I invite you to loosen your grip on the worries that have demanded too much of your energy and your attention. I invite you to remember that your life is more than a collection of fears about the future. You were not given this day to spend it imprisoned by uncertainty. You were given this day to live it, to experience it, and to find the joy that has been waiting patiently beneath the noise of your concerns. Worry has a way of disguising itself as responsibility. It convinces us that if we think about a problem long enough, we can somehow control the outcome. It whispers that constant concern is a sign of wisdom, preparation, or care. Yet in reality, worry often does the opposite. Instead of helping us live better, it steals our attention from the present moment and traps us in a future that does not yet exist. The mind becomes occupied with endless possibilities, most of which never happen, while the beauty, opportunities, and peace of today quietly pass by unnoticed. Many people spend hours imagining worst-case scenarios. They worry about conversations that have not happened, failures that have not occurred, and problems that may never arrive. The human imagination is powerful, but when directed by fear, it creates a world filled with unnecessary suffering. A person can sit safely in a comfortable room and still feel overwhelmed because the mind has traveled into an uncertain future and returned carrying burdens that are not real. The body reacts as though danger is present, even when nothing threatening is happening in the moment. One of the greatest costs of worry is that it robs us of our ability to fully experience life. A beautiful sunrise loses its wonder when the mind is consumed by anxiety. A meaningful conversation becomes difficult when attention is divided between the present and a list of imagined problems. Even achievements lose their satisfaction because worry immediately shifts focus to the next challenge or potential setback. Instead of celebrating progress, people become trapped in a cycle of constant concern. The present moment is the only place where life can truly be lived. Yesterday exists only as memory, and tomorrow exists only as possibility. Yet worry encourages people to abandon the reality of now in exchange for uncertainty. It creates the illusion that happiness must wait until every problem is solved and every risk is eliminated. But life does not work that way. There will always be unanswered questions, unexpected obstacles, and situations beyond our control. If happiness depends on perfect certainty, it will remain forever out of reach. Learning to release worry does not mean ignoring responsibilities or pretending difficulties do not exist. It means recognizing the difference between productive action and endless mental repetition. Action creates movement, solutions, and growth. Worry often creates exhaustion, frustration, and fear. When we focus on what can be done today, we reclaim our power. When we focus only on what might happen tomorrow, we surrender that power to uncertainty. There is a quiet freedom that comes from accepting that not everything can be predicted or controlled. The future will unfold one day at a time, whether we spend our energy worrying about it or not. The moments that make life meaningful are happening now, in the laughter of loved ones, in the lessons of experience, in the simple gift of being present. Every minute spent trapped in unnecessary worry is a minute that can never be recovered, a piece of life exchanged for fears that often exist only in imagination. One of the most powerful shifts a person can make in life is learning to trust themselves, even when the future is uncertain. Many people believe they would finally feel at peace if they could know exactly what is going to happen tomorrow, next month, or next year. They search for guarantees, perfect plans, and absolute certainty before allowing themselves to relax. Yet life has never promised certainty. Every meaningful journey, every worthwhile dream, and every important decision involves stepping into the unknown. Happiness begins to grow when we stop demanding complete control over life and start developing confidence in our ability to handle whatever comes. Uncertainty is not a flaw in life. It is a natural part of it. No one can predict every challenge, every opportunity, or every outcome. Some of the most beautiful moments people experience are completely unexpected. New friendships, exciting opportunities, personal breakthroughs, and moments of joy often arrive without warning. If uncertainty makes difficult experiences possible, it also makes wonderful experiences possible. When people focus only on the risks of the unknown, they overlook its potential gifts. Trusting yourself means believing that you are stronger than the obstacles you may encounter. It means understanding that you do not need to have every answer today. Many people underestimate how adaptable they truly are. They look back on difficult periods of their lives and realize they survived challenges they once believed would break them. They found solutions to problems they never expected. They learned, adjusted, and continued moving forward. The evidence of their resilience already exists in their own history. Yet they often forget it when facing a new uncertainty. Fear tends to exaggerate danger while minimizing capability. It tells people they are unprepared, vulnerable, and likely to fail. Self-trust offers a different message. It reminds them that growth has always required courage. Every skill they possess today was once unfamiliar. Every success they have achieved began with uncertainty. Confidence is not born from knowing the future. It is born from knowing that, regardless of what the future brings, they can respond with wisdom, strength, and determination. Happiness becomes possible when people stop waiting for certainty before allowing themselves to enjoy life. If joy depends on having complete answers, it will always remain delayed. There will always be another question, another concern, another possibility to worry about. The pursuit of certainty can become endless. In contrast, trust allows people to live fully in the present while remaining open to whatever lies ahead. When individuals embrace uncertainty, they discover a surprising sense of freedom. They no longer feel responsible for controlling every detail of life. Instead, they focus on what they can influence, their actions, attitudes, choices, and responses. They learn that peace comes not from predicting every outcome, but from knowing they can face outcomes with courage. The future may remain unknown, but their ability to navigate it becomes a source of confidence. With that confidence comes a lighter heart, a calmer mind, and a greater capacity to experience happiness in each passing day, regardless of what tomorrow may bring. Many people spend their lives searching for happiness in distant places. They believe it exists somewhere beyond their current circumstances, waiting to be discovered after they achieve a certain goal, earn more money, gain recognition, or solve every problem. This belief can create a constant sense of dissatisfaction because happiness becomes tied to conditions that are always changing. The truth is that everyday joy is rarely found in perfect circumstances. It is found in ordinary moments that often go unnoticed while people are busy chasing something bigger. Life is made up of countless small experiences. A kind word from a friend, the warmth of sunlight through a window, a quiet walk in the evening, a shared laugh, or a moment of peace before the day begins may seem insignificant at first glance. Yet these moments form the foundation of a meaningful life. Happiness is not always a dramatic feeling of excitement or celebration. More often it appears as a gentle sense of appreciation for what is already present. One reason people overlook everyday joy is because they become accustomed to what they have. The human mind naturally adapts to circumstances. Things that once brought excitement gradually become normal. A home, good health, supportive relationships, and daily comforts can slowly fade into the background of awareness. Attention shifts toward what is missing rather than what is available. As a result, people may overlook blessings they once hoped and worked for. Joy begins to return when gratitude redirects attention toward the value of what already exists. Social comparison also plays a major role in diminishing happiness. In a world where people constantly see images of success, luxury, and achievement, it becomes easy to believe that happiness belongs to others. Individuals may compare their ordinary days to someone else's carefully presented highlights. This comparison creates the illusion that fulfillment requires a different life, a different job, or a different set of circumstances. Yet many people who appear successful still struggle with dissatisfaction because happiness does not automatically follow external accomplishment. Without appreciation for the present, even great achievements can feel empty. Learning to notice small moments of joy requires intentional awareness. It means slowing down enough to experience life rather than rushing through it. It means paying attention to conversations, relationships, experiences, and simple pleasures that are often ignored. A person who constantly focuses on the next destination may never appreciate the journey. By contrast, someone who values each step discovers countless opportunities for contentment along the way. Everyday joy does not require a perfect life because perfection does not exist. There will always be challenges, responsibilities, disappointments, and uncertainties. Waiting for all problems to disappear before choosing happiness places life on hold indefinitely. Joy and difficulty can exist at the same time. A person can face obstacles while still appreciating beauty. They can experience stress while still finding reasons to smile. They can pursue goals while remaining grateful for the present moment. The richest experiences in life are often the simplest ones. They do not demand extraordinary circumstances or remarkable achievements. They ask only for attention, appreciation, and presence. When people stop searching for happiness exclusively in the future and begin recognizing it in the ordinary moments surrounding them, they discover that joy has been available all along, quietly woven into the fabric of everyday life. Resilience is often misunderstood as the absence of fear, pain, or struggle. Many people imagine resilient individuals as those who move through life untouched by difficulty, always confident and never discouraged. In reality, resilience is something much deeper. It is the ability to continue moving forward despite uncertainty, disappointment, and hardship. It is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with courage. The strongest people are not those who never experience fear. They are those who refuse to let fear determine the direction of their lives. Life presents difficulties to everyone. No one is exempt from setbacks, failures, losses, or unexpected obstacles. These experiences are a natural part of the human journey. Yet people respond to adversity in different ways. Some allow challenges to convince them that they are powerless, while others use those same challenges as opportunities to grow stronger. The difference often lies not in the circumstances themselves, but in the mindset brought to those circumstances. Fear tends to magnify obstacles. It focuses attention on everything that could go wrong. It encourages hesitation, doubt, and avoidance. When fear becomes the primary guide, people may avoid taking risks, pursuing dreams, or making important decisions. They begin living cautiously, attempting to protect themselves from failure or disappointment. While this approach may seem safe, it often leads to regret, because growth rarely occurs within the boundaries of complete comfort. Courage does not eliminate fear. Courage means acting even when fear is present. It means acknowledging uncertainty while choosing to move forward anyway. Every significant achievement in human history required someone to step into the unknown despite doubts and risks. Every personal transformation begins when an individual decides that the possibility of growth is more important than the fear of failure. Resilience develops through experience. It is not something people are born with in unlimited supply. It is built each time they overcome a challenge, recover from a disappointment, or adapt to a difficult situation. Every obstacle faced successfully becomes evidence of personal strength. Over time, these experiences create confidence. People begin to trust their ability to endure hardships because they have done so before. They learn that while challenges may be uncomfortable, they are rarely permanent. One of the most important aspects of resilience is the willingness to accept that setbacks are not the end of the story. Failure often carries valuable lessons that success cannot provide. Difficult experiences reveal strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities for growth. Individuals who approach adversity with curiosity rather than defeat often emerge wiser and stronger than before. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they begin asking, "What can this teach me?" Resilient people understand that they cannot control every event in their lives, but they can control their response. This perspective shifts attention away from helplessness and toward personal responsibility. Even in difficult circumstances, there is often a choice to be made about attitude, effort, and perspective. That choice becomes a source of power. When courage replaces fear as the guiding force, challenges become less intimidating. They are no longer seen as barriers that stop progress, but as experiences that shape character. Through each struggle, people discover capabilities they did not know they possessed, strengths that remain hidden until tested, and a deeper confidence that comes from realizing they can face uncertainty, endure difficulty, and continue moving forward with determination and hope. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to transform the quality of everyday life. It does not require wealth, perfect circumstances, or extraordinary achievements. Instead, it begins with a shift in attention. Many people spend much of their time focusing on what is missing, what has gone wrong, or what they still hope to achieve. While goals and ambitions are important, an exclusive focus on what is lacking can create a constant feeling of dissatisfaction. Gratitude offers a different perspective by encouraging people to recognize and appreciate the value that already exists in their lives. The human mind has a natural tendency to notice problems. This tendency once helped our ancestors survive by keeping them alert to danger and challenges. In modern life, however, it can cause people to overlook countless positive experiences. A person may receive 10 compliments and 1 criticism, yet spend the entire day thinking about the criticism. They may enjoy many blessings, but become consumed by a single inconvenience. Gratitude helps rebalance attention by reminding individuals that life is often richer and more meaningful than they realized. One of the remarkable qualities of gratitude is that it changes how people experience ordinary moments. Things that once seemed routine begin to feel valuable. A meal shared with family becomes more meaningful. A conversation with a friend becomes more memorable. Good health, a safe place to rest, opportunities to learn, and the simple ability to begin a new day can all become sources of appreciation. These are things that are often taken for granted until they are lost or threatened. Gratitude encourages people to recognize their value while they are still present. Gratitude also strengthens emotional resilience. Difficult times are inevitable, and no amount of positivity can eliminate every challenge. However, gratitude provides balance during hardship. It reminds people that even when life is difficult, not everything is negative. There may still be supportive relationships, valuable lessons, moments of beauty, and reasons for hope. This perspective does not ignore problems. It prevents problems from becoming the entire focus of attention. Relationships often flourish when gratitude is practiced consistently. People naturally appreciate being valued and acknowledged. Expressing genuine appreciation strengthens connections and fosters trust. A simple thank you, a thoughtful gesture, or recognition of someone's kindness can have a lasting impact. Gratitude shifts relationships away from expectations and toward appreciation, creating a more positive and supportive environment for everyone involved. Another benefit of gratitude is its ability to reduce the endless pursuit of more. Society often encourages people to believe they will be happy only after reaching the next milestone. There is always another goal to achieve, another possession to acquire, or another level of success to attain. While ambition can be healthy, gratitude ensures that people do not postpone happiness until some future moment. It allows them to appreciate progress while still striving for improvement. A grateful person does not necessarily have fewer challenges than anyone else. The difference lies in what they choose to focus on. They understand that every day contains something worthy of appreciation, even if it is small. Over time, this habit reshapes their outlook on life. Ordinary experiences become more meaningful, relationships become richer, and everyday moments become sources of quiet joy. Through gratitude, what once seemed ordinary begins to reveal its extraordinary value, turning simple days into experiences filled with purpose, fulfillment, and lasting appreciation.